Hey onda, I'm Jenny. It was hard to put a video together to have for this week because I moved last weekend. So I'm going to give you like a brief life update as well as tell you about a possible solution for my food intolerances. Let's start with the life update. So a video or two ago, I said that my house was sold, but potentially not because it looked like the buyer was going to potentially back out, and she did. She had no valid reason, like I did everything she requested. She decided she wanted to live with her boyfriend. Why this wasn't a conversation before she put a down payment on a house and spent the money for the inspections beats me. But she lost her earnest money, so at least I got that to cover the cost of having someone come mow since I sold my mower and no longer live there. So we put the house back on the market and it sold the first day again. Fingers crossed that for real this time. But I had to spend a good chunk of change to replace the sewer line and as a result replace part of the sidewalk. So you think you have made some progress in your savings? Never. You take one step forward and 20 steps back whenever you own a home. I'm thankful that home ownership issues are almost a thing of the past now. So the dogs and I are settled into our apartment. So next week's video will be an apartment tour. I'm just waiting to assemble the table so I can arrange everything in its final place before I show it to you. The last update is that I finally got my construction permit, so we're ready to start building in Mexico. So they will be sending me lots of updates. My friend is the one in charge of the project, so he's very trustworthy. I know he will speak up if something isn't going as we discussed. Now on to my food intolerance solution. Hopefully it's a solution. So I mentioned in one of my early videos that I have food intolerances. I figured out what the issue was in 2013, even though I suffered for years before that. But I am fructose and fructan intolerant. I really don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm going to pretend here. There are, I think, 5 carbohydrates and or sugars. Fructose, fructan, galactans, lactose, something else. I can put it on the screen. And if there are more than 5, I'll put those on the screen as well. Well, basically, my body cannot digest fructose and fructan, and the only solution is to avoid those foods. The problem is that fructose is in almost everything. Either high fructose corn syrup is added to pre-made products, or fructose is naturally occurring in fruits and vegetables. In higher quantities in some versus others, so it is tolerable in small bits. Fructan is in beans, garlic, onion, and other vegetables, rye, barley. The big problem is garlic and onion because those are added to everything at a restaurant, anything that is already pre-made garlic and onion. And I do tolerate them so if they're like one of the trivial ingredients at the bottom of the ingredient list in something, and I strictly follow the diet the rest of the day, it doesn't bother me. But if I like start accumulating a little bit of fructose and fructan here and a little bit more here and there throughout the day, it definitely shows. Like literally I look 6 months pregnant or just having lots of tummy issues. So Facebook ads, doing the great job that they do, knew this about me and started sending ads my way about this product. So it's a powder that you sprinkle on your foods that you're not supposed to be able to tolerate, and they're like enzymes that will help you break down those particular ingredients. So I have not had a real pizza since, oh my goodness, like 2013, 2014, and that's because I cheated. This was before I went vegan. I went vegan in 2019. So I was helping a friend move and we got Little Caesars pizza. I knew I couldn't have the wheat in the crust. I knew I couldn't have the garlic and the onion in the sauce. But hey, it was easy and like maybe it's worth it. It's never worth it because you feel miserable afterwards. Ever since knowing I couldn't have those ingredients and sticking to it, and then also going vegan in addition to that, I've never had like a real good pizza. The gluten-free crust is always that thin cracker kind of crust that really doesn't satisfy that craving for pizza. I was always like a hand-tossed girl, deep dish, not thin crust. I mean, I have had pizza with garlic and onion in the sauce, and if I just eat 1 or 2 slices at a time and space it out before I eat more slices, it's fine. Otherwise, if I start to eat too much, yeah, I do notice. So I did purchase a sample of this product, and we are going to test it out today. I went to Peel Wood-Fired Pizza and got a normal crust with normal sauce with the vegan cheese. I didn't get any toppings on it because their pre-made vegan option just didn't sound appetizing. It was like Mexican taco pizza or something, which sounds good, but they were going to use lentils instead of like a vegan ground beef or something of that nature, and lentils and pizza, they just didn't sound good together. So we're going to test this out, and then we'll wait a few hours and see if it affects me or not. So here's the pizza. You can see it actually has some crust with the bubbles. Love the bubbles. Going to heat it up, and then we're going to test it out. Okay, the powder arrived in this little packet, and I'm supposed to use 1/4 of a teaspoon and sprinkle it on just what I'm going to eat at the moment. It says if you take longer than 30 minutes to eat, then you need to add some more. Okay, you can barely see the powder once it's on there. Supposedly it doesn't have any flavor. Let's see if we can taste it and also see how good this pizza is. That's pretty good. I have missed this crust. Yeah, I don't taste anything odd. I'm going to eat and check back with you in about 2 hours and see how I'm feeling. Okay, so I've been watching YouTube for a bit, and here's an update. I think that powder actually works. Like normally, if I eat something I'm not supposed to have, like I feel full and very quickly, even if I just eat a little bit. And I've let the food sit for a little bit, and I'm actually still hungry. So will I be using this regularly? No, it is way too expensive, but it's something good to have on hand just in case there are no other options, or like I'm in a hurry, or like on the road, that sort of thing. Now I will be able to eat a little bit more comfortably. Well, thank you so much for watching. If you would like to continue following me in my journey in moving from the US to Mexico, don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Take care.